Hello, everyone. This um, is my presentation for English 127. My name is Carson Hallberg, and this presentation will be about school start times. So, the problem with school start times that comes up is, school usually starts before 8 a.m., and this has led to a lot of worries from people. It's a very early start to the day for most high schoolers and middle schoolers, particularly, and a lot of people have started to debate about this. Now, what is the problem? Parents, teachers, adults, and even students all are on both sides of this argument. Some think that school should start later. Others think that they should start early before 8 a.m., as I previously just said. Like I said, there's opposing audiences and there is opposing factors that have to be taken into account. And if you look at this chart here, you can see just how split this argument is. The opponent's position. So this is going to be the position that schools should not be delayed. It really consists of logistical worries and economical challenges that come with schools being delayed, and a vast majority actually of the people on this side are not students. They're usually parents or teachers. Now moving on to logistical worries. There are worries for transportation. Schoolstarttime.org says 1 in 7 say later start times will negatively affect transportation. A lot of people worry that they will not be able to get their children to school on time because of the delayed start. Many parents have jobs that they need to get to, and this poses a great challenge, as well as extracurriculars, sports clubs. Many of these happen right after school, and if school is delayed, that may create challenges for getting on time to those things. Next, economical challenges. There's a school district in Greenwich that switched to a delayed start, and from a study, they found that operating costs went up by 2.9% because they needed more buses for the delayed start. And that creates challenges, especially because schools don't always have the biggest budgets and need to balance that very carefully. Now, here's some validation with this side. There are some drastic changes that come with the delayed start. It's a big jump. There are consequences, good and bad. Parents may not be able to get their student on time, things like that. Both students and parents and teachers all need to be considered. Communication is key between all these three to create compromises that can help to soften the blow and to find ways all sides can be happy. Now for my position, which is that school should be delayed. Students are going to be safer when school is delayed. Students are going to be well rested, better rested when school is delayed. And they're going to be performing better in the classroom. Also, their mental health is going to improve. Now, moving into safety, students are going to be a lot more alert when they wake up, less drowsy behind the wheel and more alert to the traffic laws. According to Foss in 2018, later high school start times before 8:30 a.m., after 8:30 a.m. appear to be associated with lower adolescent driver crash rates. So really this comes down to a later start equals more sleep, which equals safer drivers on the road and the safety of our students. Moving into academic performance, here's a little quote here. I'm not going to read it all just because it's pretty long, but as you can see here, um, a delayed start directly correlates to better grades. Um, Students are able to get that better sleep, little less drowsy, as I said earlier, and they're able to focus more on the better grades. And especially, it's important to mark here, it talks about the pubertal stage. So that's talking about middle schoolers and high schoolers. They are the ones that are going to be affected by this, and they're the ones that their test grades are going to improve because of this. Now, moving into mental health, um, the mental health is improved of a student. Now, this is another long quote. I'll give you some time to read it, but basically, it is saying that more sleep is equal to improved mental health. Students are able to refresh their brains. They're able to come into school less drowsy. Um, they are able to improve themselves and to feel less anxiety, depression, side effects like that that come with less sleep. Uh, Now, to conclude all of this, it's important to remember both sides are valid. Um, there's no right or wrong side to be on. Um, and this is a very important argument that people need to consider because this is all about the next generation of our country. These are all people who are going to be coming into the workforce and people who are going to be guiding uh, how the world runs. And so it's very important. And in my opinion, I believe schools should be delayed, and I will leave it up to you to decide what you think. Thank you for your time. Again, this is Carson Hallberg, and thank you.